Alright, what's going on guys, it's your boy Zichi. Welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master video. I finally got my new PC. Well, it's not really new, but I have new parts inside my PC. So my PC should be moving a lot faster and the streams should be better for you guys. So there shouldn't be any like frames drop or anything like that. So I'm really excited. It couldn't have been possible without you guys, and I really appreciate all of your support. If you guys are new here, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. On this video, we are doing a top 5 best deck of the season right now since the new Labrynth stuff came out. So Dreaded Conspiracy is what it's called, right? This is a new Dreaded Conspiracy pack with the new Labrynth and Dark World stuff, right? So as you can see, we're on Master Duel Meta website. They don't have the tier list updated. However, I do think this tier list is how this season is still so far. So I will use this, showcase you guys how good. Obviously, when you click the things, it shows you the deck list. So I'm not gonna have any deck list for the decks in the description or anything like that. You can see them on the screen. You can even go on masterduelmeta.com for yourself to see the site. I'm not sponsored or anything, but this site is a very good site. DK did do a great job. So without further ado, let's just hop straight into it. We're gonna go from 1 to 5, right? So from best to last of the top 5 best deck, right? All right, so in my opinion, this deck is insane. This is the best deck in the game right now for sure. Just the fact that this deck has won so many tournaments. I believe this deck did win the Duel Cup recently, so you already know this deck is going to be insane. This is a deck list right here for it. It's not similar to, it's similar to mine, but it's not 100% the same. Just the ability to easily go into your level 2 special summons is insane to me. Think about it, right? Think about it. You have a level 2, then you can special summon like 5 times with normal monsters. Well, not normal monsters, with the monsters in your normal deck. And then go into the extra deck to use a bunch of stuff. You're gonna end on, most of the time, a very insane end board, right? So you're gonna have Masquerina, Sprind, Melfi of the Forest. You're gonna have Elf on the field. You're probably gonna have either a red or a carrot with the Smashers or double cross or both. And this is really good because the opponent they don't know how to play through so many interruptions, right? And a lot of times they can't play through so many interruptions. You have IP, which can go into Avermax or a Goddess using something off the opponent's field. You have the Caddy, which allows you to go into the Herald of Arc Light, which then allows you to negate a monster or any effect on the field. It's an omni negate. Then you have the Sprint, which can bounce a card back by discarding a card from the Melfi of the Forest. You have Melfi of the Forest, which can negate a card on the field. It's just insane what this deck can do, right? Then you have Branded Double Cross, which can use a monster on the opponent's field to add it to the Melfi if you wanted to. You have Smashers, which can banish a card on the field. Guys, tell me this is not an insane. And for the most part, most turns you're going to go into this display, right? And it's insane how consistent it is. So this is why I think this deck is the best deck in the game. So yeah, that's that. We'll go take a look at the number 2 best deck in the game right now. All right, this one is no surprise. We have the number 2 best deck in the game being Tearlaments. Tearlaments have seen many hits so far, and it's still dangerous. It's like so dangerous. Listen, I said Sprites are the best deck in the game. And sorry about that ad just now. I don't know why this thing keeps giving me an ad. I don't know how to get rid of it, to be honest. Anyways, I know I said Sprites is the best deck in the game, but this deck is like right there with it. Like this deck can play through so many things as well. I don't understand how it works. Well, I do understand how it works. I use the deck, but I don't know why this deck even exists. And the same thing with Sprites. Those 2 decks are just so far ahead of everything else. It's not even funny. So if you guys don't know anything about Tearlaments, what they do is they like to be sent to the graveyard so we can fuse into their fusion monsters in the extra deck, right? And you have cards to complement it, like the Ishizu cards, which can send, for example, this card right here. You can send 5 cards to the deck from both sides of the fields. Bro, listen. The Ishizu cards are dangerous because not only does it send your card, it sends their card as well, which obviously, stops them from playing. Unless it's a mirror match, then they get to play as well. But listen, guys, people don't like when their cards are being sent to the graveyard that they can't use, right? Let's be real here. I'd be pissed. Good thing is sprites can play through that, but a lot of decks can't, right? Like elemental heroes, they could maybe play through that if they had the right hand. Any rogue deck basically has a hard time playing through that, right? But yeah, I think this deck is definitely either number 1 or number 2. All right, you could interchange number 1 and number 2 slot, all right? Because this deck is just insane. Kit Kalos being to 1 is not bad, but it's banned in TCG and OCG, so it might get banned soon, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, it might get banned soon because the card is just insane. All right, you can just grab a card or send it to the graveyard. Most of the time it's gonna be a Tearlament, obviously, and then you can activate another effect to pop itself to special summon a card, which sometimes would allow you to mill yourself 8 cards to the graveyard. Then you can use that card again to fuse into a Rogue Kalos. So you have Kit Kalos again. It's just insane. It's actually just insane how good this deck is and how consistent it is. And this card has seen so much value in this season. Pedipant Dragocepelia, because obviously this deck can fuse into on your opponent's turn to negate a bunch of stuff. So yeah, this deck is definitely number 2 or number 1. Let's take a look at the number 3rd deck. All right, so it says right here that in the tier list it said that Sword Soul Tenyi was the second best tier 2, and they had it in the number 3rd slot. I think this deck is actually the best, or well, the third, the better of the 2 in this game. All right, branded Despia, or this is just branded as a whole, is so good right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. The BCO cards did help this deck a lot, and by a lot I mean a lot, right? It was struggling since the Spright and Tearlaments cards came out, but Libellion right here, being able to grab the banishment or the retribution or the expulsion or the beast is very, 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 very good. This deck now has negates, and it can now, you know, interrupt your opponent's plays, and it's very, very good. There's not really much I can say about this deck. It's just a very, very good deck to run. If you are trying to get to master rank, this is probably the easiest deck to do it, because it's an easy deck to use. It's very easy. It's a fusion deck. There's not much you need to learn. It's not really a combo deck. You go into a fusion card, you interrupt your opponent. Simple, right? So this is the 3rd best deck in the game in my opinion, and let's move on to the next one. All right, and here we are with the 4th best deck in the game in my opinion, which is Sword Soul Tenyi. As you can see, this guy's not using the Bestial stuff, which I've seen a lot of people been using with this deck, which I don't know how it works, to be honest with you, but it works. But this is the deck list. This won 1st place in the Meta Weekly, so this is the deck list for the Sword Soul. Very standard Sword Soul deck, right? Unfortunately, they banned Hulk, so you know we can't use Hulk. But if Hulk was still in this game and Auroradon, this deck is 100% the best deck in the game, no questions asked. That and Adventure Tenyi. Adventure Tenyi was ridiculous. Anyways, you guys know I made so many videos on that. But yeah, this is the 4th best deck in the game. The reason why this deck is so good is because it's such an easy synchro deck. Alright, you use normal summon, show a monster, get a token, synchro. You can use Long Yuan, cook, tribute a monster, which could be like a Ashina or something like that, right? Then you could use a Taya to normal summon, go into any of these level 8 monsters, and you're just cooking. The deck is very strong. Oh, what card is this? Never seen this card. Looks new to me. But yeah, this deck is very good. This will be definitely deserving of the number 4 spot. Now let's take a look at the number 5th spot here. A lot of you are going to be surprised at this one. You're like, whoa, Dragon Links, why? Listen, the Dragon Links did receive a major buff when the BCO stuff came out, and I've been seeing a lot of people cook with this deck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been seeing a lot of people grind to Master 1 with this with no issues. I've been seeing a lot of tournaments being won with this deck. It's just an overall very good deck. The only issue I have with this deck, the reason why it's not higher up in the tier list or in the top 5 best deck, is how long the combo takes. And so you end up with like 5 seconds on the timer, and you already know the timer in this game is very stressful. If you get interrupted, there's not much you can do, to be honest. It's really hard. It's really hard to, if they interrupt your main play, to go around and play through something else, right? To play through all your negates, which you have many, but a lot of decks can play through it. There's not much you can do as well. You use up all your resources, so if they play through it, then GG. There's nothing you can do, because you're gonna use your Borderland, you're gonna use all your synchro monsters, so you have nothing to do. I mean, maybe an access code talker, but like probably not. You know what I mean? But overall, the deck is very good. If you can get your combo off in time, if you're not gonna waste any time reading card effects or anything, you legit have to just straight up go for it. You know what I mean? If you're trying to read an opponent's card effect, good luck. You have to be like a super fast reader, because this timer, I'm telling you guys, they need to put the timer back up. I don't know why they took it down. It's so stupid. But this deck is definitely deserving of the number 5th spot. It's a very good deck. You can definitely get to Master 1. You can definitely win tournaments with this. Like I said, you just gotta be experienced with it, right? So if you guys do enjoy this video, hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.